let's go.
A face shirt?
Yeah.
Ready? Yes, sir. Back at it again. Back at it like a crack addict. Drunk Tourist Podcast in the building. It's your boy Yates from Atlanta, aka Wakanda.
I'm your other host, Gerard from Portland, Oregon.
What we talking about today, Brody?
All right, today is the question of the century. Can men escape the friend zone?
Of the century. What you think? We always get me first. What you think?
I think he can. I think a dude can escape the friend zone. I think it takes strategic planning and
Get up out of
execution.
there.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think I don't know. Like we kind of was going into it before we got started, so I'd like to say that you gotta make sure that the person that you're like in the zone with knows that you see them sexually. I feel like that's like the first step. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. I feel like that's one of the main things most dudes miss is they hide the fact that they want to fuck until later on in the friendship. And then that's when she feels like, oh, when you like, she's being vulnerable. You're like, I'm trying to fuck. She's like, what? Oh, this has all been a ploy? And it's like, oh, I hate you now. And then they be like, some dudes, they be 8 years in and stuff, and then she like cut them off, and now they butt hurt forever because they like, that was the one. That's weird. But it's like, you can have an actual friendship if you can be honest with the fact that you want to fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and a friendship is only if you get something from it too. Like if it's only you pouring into her and you don't get anything back, then it's not a friendship. Like, don't lie to yourself. Like, just keep it 1,000 and be like, look, I'm waiting around till she give me some pity pussy. That's what you're doing. Hope.
Yeah. So like, how do you even feel like the whole like zone even thing like even develops? Do you think it's really just because the man didn't establish himself sexually to like the friend or whatever, or do you think like it's really just solely like the woman is really just not attracted to him in that way, and then that's why like she just puts him in the friend zone?
I think it's like multifaceted because like one part of it is like women are very instantaneous with their decisions as far as like who they don't like, because they make a lot of decisions off how they feel. So if when they first met you they didn't feel like, oh, I really like this guy, it's easy to kind of get put in a space of, all right, you're no longer like partner worthy, so you kind of get put in. But if you're like a nice guy and they're like, oh, like he's cool, but I don't want to fuck him, she'll be like, all right, I'll put you in the friend zone. Like, I'll keep you around, but I'm not gonna fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like multifaceted. Like, it's multiple reasons why I feel like dudes get put in friend. I feel like a lot of men put themselves in the friend zone by being overly like. Sometimes you could do too much for a woman right off the bat, and she puts you in the friend zone because like, oh, like, I don't want to lose this by giving him pussy, so he doing all this before. A lot of times, like, as men, we forget that like we kind of chasing something,
Right.
So we do a lot trying to get this thing, and women know that. And the reality is, usually once we get it, we don't go as hard anymore. So it's wise to kind of dangle the carrot. That's smart.
Right.
But we forget that, and like, they're just like, if I know I can dangle this carrot and get a lot out of you specifically, like this person, why would I fuck you?
Right.
You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
finally give you the carrot.
It don't really make sense. Like, picture if you met a girl today and like, you love clothes and she stitches and she just like, hey, look, anything custom you need done, instead of paying those people, I'll do it for you for free because we friends. And like, you like, I'm not gonna fuck this girl and fuck it, and she doing it because she want to fuck you.
Right.
You not gonna fuck that girl. Like, nah, I'm just gonna have her stitch for me forever. Like, that's women to a degree, and you can't blame them for it. It's a fucked up game, but it is what it is. And it's different if that girl stitching for you was like, oh, I'm doing this for the dick. And like, it's gonna seem fucked up and you gonna use it for a while, but one day you might be like, man, you know what? Man, you give me all this. Man, here's some dick.
Right.
Like, that's the way a lot of dudes get out the friend zone. Like, getting out the friend zone is like, it kind of come down to like, what you want. Is it possible? Yes. Is it a good play? No.
Right.
Unless you like are super, super, super smart. Not smart, but super, super, super like player, and it's like a long term goal. And then you doing too much.
And then Devin, like you said, it might be weird after, depending on how that shit go.
It's supposed to be weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, is it though?
If somebody did like a long ass plan to get pussy, like after you get the pussy, it's like that wasn't even really you. So it's like it's supposed to be weird. Not a real you gonna come out. It's gonna be like,
I gotcha.
like so that's weird.
But I mean, I feel like that's if you really just on it for that though. I'm talking about more so like, let's say you've been friends for a minute, and then it's kind of like you kind of
that's the thing. Like,
and then you find.
Can you be friends? Like, what's the point of it? Like, all honesty.
Honestly, what, like being friends with a woman?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Like, what would you consider a friend? Like, are they actually friends or associates?
I mean, some associates, some friends.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the friends.
Yeah.
What makes them friend quality?
I feel like consistency.
As far as
just like checking up on each other, making sure that we alive, texting every now and then, like, you know, doing what friends do, you know, saying happy birthday, like.
That's what friend.
I'm not just saying like I'm talking about just keeping up with my life. I feel like if you're keeping up with my life and you showing your face around and we kicking it every now and then, or even sometimes, I feel like that's a friend.
So.
Because associates I don't hang out with.
Okay.
I only kick it with my friends. I don't kick it with anybody who's not my friend.
Okay, so if she's a woman and y'all hang out, she's a friend. I'm trying to figure out what's the qualifier to earn like the title of friend.
I feel like it's time invested. Like if we hanging out often, like you know, we communicate often. You my friend because we communicate. You know what I mean? We talk like. And in the beginning when we first met, like you was like an associate. And then it wasn't until actually we started like kicking it and talking often that we actually became friends.
Running up Stone Mountain.
You know what I mean? Like that's when we started becoming friends. So I feel like it's consistency, like time invested, money invested, just like, you know, once you hit all those marks of the foundation, like, you know what I mean, of just like, you know, being like a friend. I don't know, it's kind of weird to describe it. But I don't know. So what are you trying to say? Like,
no, I'm just interested. It's just like,
well, I thought a friend was the chick I was fucking.
No, not even that. It's just like, cause sometimes I wonder if we just say friend cause it sound better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
when I think about like I have female friends and they all do that. They check up. They make sure I'm cool, and all of that is valuable to me.
Right.
So I would say they're friends. But when people be asking like, well. Are y'all really friends? Obviously, like, my main core group of female friends, like, we have deeper conversations and stuff. I can trust them with things, like, we're friends. But sometimes it just be, like, female associates who you call a friend because it's, like, otherwise it seems weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of my bitches? I don't know. Like, that sounds worse.
Okay,
you know
so.
What I mean? Like, I don't know what you, like, I mean, if they're not a friend, it's just like, I don't know.
I guess
like, like when you're around homies and stuff, and it's like, some of them your friends, like you might be like, I don't know, because like you said, like majority of the time you're giving the titles and things to make it not sound bad. It's like, because it's not like you be like you showing like, damn, she look good, and your homeboy look over on your Instagram and be like, who's that? And you ain't gonna be like, the nigga might be like, oh, you know, you probably like, you could just be like, oh, it's one of my friends, or you could just give it what it is, like, oh, it's some bitch I usually kind of fuck with. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's probably like, you gonna be like, oh, this girl I used to be fucking, like, and that's. And that's what it was. Like, it was somebody at the time that she was having sex.
But now, it's like you said, y'all text and they check in on you, make sure your life going good. So now y'all are friends.
Yeah.
So y'all are friends.
We're friends that used to smack. Like,
I guess this is the like, real question, because I mean, this what people ask. I'm trying to think of how to word it. Okay. So if you knew you wanted to have sex when you first met them, Why did y'all become friends?
I think more so because you realized that you weren't compatible on a relationship level.
But that's relationship. I said sex.
But I'm saying you became friends because the relationship didn't evolve. Like, you say, because why you have sex and you become friends?
No, okay. This is what I'm saying. You meet a woman.
Yeah.
She's attractive.
Yeah.
Y'all become friends.
Okay.
When you originally met her, you wanted to have sex with her.
Okay.
That's usually why we start conversation.
Yeah, that's facts.
Right? So from that space, getting in, right, and moving to the point where it's like, oh, this is my friend, right? From that space of I want to fuck you to this is my friend. Are they really your friend, or are you just playing the game?
or is that just your hunting prey?
You see what I'm saying?
Is it a friend or a prey?
You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it a buck. Like
majority of them probably praise them.
Bro, I'm asking you. Like,
but I'm saying, like, I feel like after you get them, I feel like after you get them or after you realize you ain't gonna get them.
Okay.
I feel like once you get them or once you realize you're not gonna get them, that's
so
when
there's like a turning point where like, you kind of, all right, so you meet somebody you want to have sex with.
Yeah.
Y'all have some form of communication where you're relatable to a degree where you're associates.
Right.
You keep the communication going to where you're friends, whether that's a day, 2, 3 week, whatever. Right. Now y'all are more on the friend tip. Still want to fuck her.
Yeah.
But now you're comfortable in this friend zone.
Yeah.
Now that you're in the friend zone, do you stop seeking the sex? Or do you enjoy the friend zone and just say if that opportunity arises, I'll fuck with that, but right now I'm cool with this?
I guess it depends on how interested you are in that person. Because I feel like I got a lot of situations like that's like that or been through that. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of women I've met who, you know, I was interested in, you know, sexually, you know, possibly romantically, and then we talked, and then but it never gotten to the point to where like I hit or nothing or it turned anything, and it kind of just got to the point where we just communicate. Now we're just kind of sitting on that friend level. But I feel like at that point it's like I feel like the opportunity can exist there. You know, she might call me a friend, but I wouldn't think that I was in a friend zone. I think it's more so like I just haven't tried to make my mark or haven't tried to really pursue that in that way yet for her to really be like, oh, like this is like you kind of said you wanted this, but now you're really just showing action. Because obviously women don't believe words that much anymore because obviously it's just game. But you know, every dude can be like, oh yeah, I want to pursue you sexually or something like that. But until he actually really shows her,
pull his dick out.
I mean, not necessarily pull his dick out, but I mean, basically like kind of get it to that point where he's trying to, you know what I mean? Then she'll really know for sure. So I feel like, I don't know, you get to that point, you're kind of like, I don't know, do I want to pursue this or not? And then it kind of opportunity sits there. But you can't expect to get some pussy from him if you're not like trying to take it to that next level.
Right. Okay. So I think every man has been in this situation you described before, where it's like, I met somebody I'm sexually interested in. It didn't jump off right away showing their sexual interest to me. So we've got it in this space of communication that's comfortable. We're cool with each other. Some could call it friends. We're friends now. We're in this friend zone. But I still want this. I don't know what they want yet. Usually that's why I feel like men get in this friend zone to figure out. It's like a negotiation.
Yeah.
I just want to hear your terms.
Where can we compromise in this situation?
Like, what are your terms? Like, I'm going to stay in this friend zone right now. We have this comfortable relationship. And during this time, I'm figuring out your terms to get the end goal of the pussy. Like, what do you need from me? Or is it never going to happen? And I feel like we're saying dangling the carrot, I feel like a lot of women just dangle the carrot of a possibility, but they never really get a nigga their terms.
Yeah.
And then those are the dudes who are in the friend zone forever. Now, I think some men are just comfortable. Like, personally, I have female friends. I don't need to have sex with them, but I get something from them. Whether it's like one big thing for me, like it's a little different now 'cause I'm engaged, but I kind of can't go out alone. Like it just kind of bothers me to like go to the bar by myself or go get some food by myself. Like I never liked that. So I always like being able to like call somebody and be like, hey, slide with me over here. So it's like they might feel like somebody else might look at it like, oh, you tricking off on this? Oh, you in the friend zone? You paying for this? Like, nah, they really doing me a favor. I don't want to be by myself. Cause if they call me like, me and my homegirls over here, like, shit, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Like, I ain't coming over there to pay the bill unless it's leading. You know what I mean? But it's terms. You start figuring out the terms. But friends are important, and it can be a genuine friendship. That's what I'm saying. It can be a genuine friendship. But my question, I don't even know if it's a question. It's just trying to understand our original question. Can men escape the friend zone? So, all right, boom. So you in this space right now, figuring out terms, as we said. I feel like we really breaking this down. Figuring out her terms. How do you escape this friend zone?
I feel like you gotta study what she likes. Like you gotta see what about you is friendly, or what about you is what are you missing, you know, that gets her like aroused on the level to where she would have sex with you. And then that'd probably be a start, you know what I mean? Like you if she's your friend and if she your friend, then I would hope that you know something about her, you know what I mean, to the point to where you can figure out at least some shit that she like, you know what I mean, like to where she's like, oh, he looks good, like he like, or you hear her she talk about the six pack, or you hear her talk about how he can dress, like I mean, if you really trying to hit, you know what I mean, if you're really just trying to pursue that, then you like, shit, I'm about to start getting chiseled out here, like, you know what I mean? They're like, I'm about to start getting drippy, like, and come around and just kind of see how she reacts, because then it might turn into like, okay, best friend, you kind of looking good, like, and then you be like, all right, yeah, that's the first step, and there's some shit, you know what I mean? And then the next time you kind of hear her talk about how her man treats her, and then you just kind of evolve into like that person, and then really just kind of like, I don't know.
So during that process, are you doing it for you? Or are you doing it for the pussy?
I mean, I would think that he's doing it for the pussy. Like, I mean,
because I like what you were saying as far as the accountability side of, all right, what am I missing that she wants? If you're coming from it from the standpoint of like, if she don't like this, other women probably don't like this, and I can be better overall to the marketplace.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's probably how I would look at it in a sense. But I'm
trying to put on the lenses.
Yeah, I'm trying to put on somebody, because like I said, I haven't really just felt like I was really just deep in the friend zone. So it's hard for me to like think like what I would really think. But like I would just assume that if you was really just trying to get the pussy, like you would just be trying to get.
Aren't we all just trying to get the pussy though?
Because I mean, some dudes might not look at it as a moral thing, like damn, but some dudes might look at it too like that, but at the same time, I feel like that's stupid, because then it's like the shit that she's probably into is probably what most women you probably been on her into. So it's kind of like you just wasn't applying it with her, like you know what I mean, or was it particularly her taste? Because every dude knows most women like a nigga with a nice body. Most niggas know that. Like a girl shouldn't have to tell you like that you too fat for her. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know, this might sound fucked up. I feel like a lot of women don't know what they want. Like one thing I've learned in life is never ask a woman how to get women.
I never have.
They never, from my personal experience, they usually have horrible advice.
Yeah.
Like, because you can ask a girl, like, let's say you my homegirl, we having a conversation or something, and I'm like trying to figure out like how to have a one night stand with this girl or something. And they'll tell you like, oh, you gotta be funny, all this stuff is important. You gotta be funny, you gotta be, and I'll start asking like, all right, when you had that one night stand last week, what did that nigga do? And they'll be like, he was all those things. They'll be like, break down this, and they'll walk you through it, and they'll be like, really? This dude complimented me, and then he kind of ignored me a little bit, got me in my feelings a little bit. He was kind of looking at other women. We had a good conversation. You know, I felt like he liked me. And then all of a sudden, he started kind of putting a little pressure on me physically, grabbed my leg, stuff started feeling special. So I started knocking his hand off, and then he kind of retracted on some, well, I'm kind of over it. So then I started grabbing him, and next thing you know, he said, let's go back, and I went and fucked him. It was like, hold up, so the nigga didn't treat you like like a princess and all this shit you telling me to do? He was like, nah, he did. He complimented me. Like, they would really, like, delete anything that's not, like, this fairy tale part.
Yeah.
And, like, the fucked up part is, as a man, you gotta kind of learn that it's like a teeter-totter. Like, you gotta be a super gentleman, loving, amazing, but not too much.
But still a little, but it's still raw and still.
Because that's the other. It's like the different. Right outside the friend zone is the pussy zone, and you gotta play that line. You know what I'm saying? If you too nice, you too worship the ground she walk on, you live in the friend zone. It's like a teeter totter.
Yeah.
If you go too crazy, you fall out the pussy zone. Cause like this nigga an asshole.
Yeah.
You gotta play it in the middle and you fall in the pussy zone. That's what I feel like I feel like that's how dudes get out the friend zone. If you trying to get out the friend zone, if y'all already cool, actually, honestly, try to understand what you lack that they would want, not from them. Look at their actions and who they deal with and learn from that. Don't ask them like, what am I missing? Why wouldn't you fuck me? They gonna tell you some stupid shit.
Yeah, like I just think
energy.
You're not even
the energy wasn't there when we first met. Like, bitch,
I hate that word now.
No, that shit real.
I know, but I hate that word now.
Like,
it's like yeah, because at the same time she's probably not even gonna do that because if she's your friend, she's gonna try to not put you down. So she's probably gonna be like, you're not missing nothing. I just don't see you like that. You're just a good. So they probably not even gonna.
And this nigga believe it. Like, I am a great. No.
Well, I am a great guy.
If you were great, she'd fuck you, my boy. That's how it goes. If you were great, she would fuck you.
That shit funny.
Bro, I done had this conversation with dudes, like friends, like real talk, and they're like, nah, man, I know she in love with me. We just ain't moved that. I'm like, look, my boy.
If she was in love with you, she would have
She would have been sucking your dick. That's just what it is. So if she not, something ain't there.
Yeah.
Fuck a friend. I bet you fucking in. That shit work. That shit sound crazy, but that shit work. Like, if that's your homegirl and she ain't trying to fuck you, like, all honesty, if you in a friend zone, try that shit. It work. If that's your homegirl, you tried, she ain't really going for it, respect it, keep the shit player, tell her to put you on the homegirls, because if that's really your friend, she gonna throw you alley-oops. If she not trying to throw you alley-oops, now you can check her on it, like, hold up, we supposed to be friends, what the fuck going on? Like, you ain't fucking with me. Put me on shorty. When she like, either she gonna fuck with you on some that shit was kind of hard,
or she gonna get his nigga,
or she gonna tell what she gonna do? She gonna be like, I got you, but she gonna tell shorty all kind of shit like, she not really gonna put you on. She just gonna tell you she put you on. Then you go put yourself on, and then when y'all get cool, be like, shorty ain't never put me on. I'm like, nah. Then her friend be like, oh, she a hater. Knock the friend down. Slowly go back to the other one like, damn, I thought you fucked with me. That's lame. Why you acting like that? You ain't even fuck with me. You gotta keep throwing it. You ain't even wanna fuck with me. And then she go lie to herself, be like, I always wanted to fuck with you. I was waiting for you to be serious about a relationship. Then you clap and you never talk. Well, you could keep fucking with her. Just don't be in a relationship or whatever. That shit. You can get out though. Get out.
But shit, man, that's going
just don't get in. That's the key. Don't get in.
I feel like that's more so what it is.
It's
just make your presence known early. But shit, that's it for this episode, Joint Tours Podcast.
Last part. If you find yourself in the friend zone, really sit down and say, do I want to be your friend, or am I just accepting this for the possibility of pussy in the future? If you're just accepting it for possibility of pussy in the future, you're getting nothing from her, leave. Like, just stop doing whatever you doing that's benefiting her and see if she's still your friend. If she's still your friend, cool. Like, let's say you feeding her all the time. Y'all going out to eat, y'all hanging out. Like, you just pouring into her, but you don't really get nothing back. You just listen to her problems and, like, nothing. Stop that shit. Just be like, all right, cool. Like, I'm just not gonna take her out and see if she's still your friend in a month or two. If y'all no longer talk, that just made your choice easy. If y'all still close, all right, maybe that should be an actual friend and you don't need to fuck with her. Maybe that's like somebody you want to have in your life just because they're a solid person. But niggas be out here getting finesse, and you supposed to. If you can be finesse, you supposed to be finesse. But it is what it is. All right, my bad. Yeah, close it out. That's all right.
For sure, that's it for this episode of Drunk Tourist Podcast, How to Escape the Friend Zone, or if you can, make sure you follow us on all social platforms, Drunk Tourist Podcast. Follow me personally, Instagram, King of the Globe.
Hoes in the Pocket on IG, Drunk Tourist Podcast on everything. Tap in, man. Shout out to family.
Shout out to family.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Nah.